Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Rachel Kelly here with the Fearless Online Entrepreneurs. We're excited about another awesome day in personal development, in developing ourselves as leaders, and so that we can build massive organizations. And today we're going to be talking about why you want to develop 4 new healthy habits every year. So a lot of us get into these, we have these habits that keep us from being focused, that keeps us from going forward. And so today we're going to just take some time and we're going to read and mastermind about how you can do that, how you can create new habits so that you can become focused. We are reading out of the book, The Success Principles by Jack Canfield. If you don't have that book, I want to encourage you to get with the person who invited you, and they will get you more information on that. And also, if you are not in our Facebook group, go over to Fearless Online Entrepreneurs. Join us. You have questions about your business. You need some help. You need some insight as to what to do, what direction to go in. We'll be glad to help you. Without further ado, I'm just going to keep on moving forward. I'm not sure if, let me see, I'm just going to just take a chance and see if somebody else may be ready to read.
I'm ready. I'm ready.
Okay, Diane, you're ready. Okay, I didn't want to call anybody out and they not be ready. So, Diane, if you want to just go ahead and let everybody know where you're going to be reading from, what chapter, and then go ahead and take it from here, Diane. Thank you.
Hey, everybody. We're reading from the book Jack Canfield, The Principles to Success, and we're on Principle 34, and I believe it's page, let me check which page, 247 or 270. I don't know which one you're looking at. So we're going to start at the top here. Develop 4 new success habits a year. The individual who wants to reach the top in business must appreciate the might and force of habit. He must be quick to break those habits that can break him and hasten to adopt those practices that will become the habits that help him achieve the success he desires. J. Paul Getty, founder of Getty Oil Company, philanthropist, and by the late 1950s, widely regarded as the richest man in the world. Psychologists tell us that up to 90% of our behavior is habitual. 90%. From the time you get up in the morning until the time you retire at night. There are hundreds of things you do the same way every day. These include the way you shower, dress, eat, breakfast, read the newspaper, brush your teeth, drive to work, organize your desk, shop at the supermarket, and clean your house. Over the years, you've developed a set of firmly entrenched habits that determine how well every area of your life works, from your job and your income to your health and your relationships. The good news is that habits help free up your mind while your body is an automatic. This allows you to plan your day while you're in the shower and talk to your fellow passenger while you're driving your car. The bad news is that you can become locked into unconscious, self-defeating behavior patterns that inhibit your growth and limit your success. Whatever habits you currently have established are producing your current level of results. More than likely, if you want to create higher levels of success, you're going to need to drop some of your habits, not returning phone calls, staying up too late, late watching TV, making sarcastic comments, eating fast food every day, smoking, being late for appointments, spending more time than you earn, and replace them with more productive habits. Returning phone calls within 24 hours, getting 8 hours of sleep each day, reading for an hour a day, exercising 4 times a week, eating healthy food, being on time, and saving 10% of your income. Good or bad, habits always deliver results. Success is a matter of understanding and religiously practicing specific, simple habits that always lead to success. Robert J. Ringer, author of $1 Million Habits. Your habits determine your outcomes. Successful people don't just drift to the top. Getting there requires focused action, personal discipline, and lots of energy every day to make things happen. The habits you develop from this day forward will ultimately determine how your future unfolds. One of the problems for people with poor habits is that the results of their bad habits usually don't show up until much later in life. When you develop a chronic bad habit, life will eventually give you a consequence. You may not like the consequences, but life will still deliver them. The fact is, if you keep on doing things a certain way, you will always get a predictable result. Negative habits breed negative consequences. Positive habits create positive consequences. Take action to develop better habits now. There are 2 action steps for changing your habits. The first step is to make a list of all the habits that keep you unproductive or that might negatively impact your future. Ask others to help you objectively identify what they believe are your limiting habits. Look for patterns. Also review the list of the most common unsuccessful habits below. Procrastinating, paying bills at the last minute, not delivering on promised documents and service in a timely way, letting receivable get overdue, arriving late for meetings and appointments, forgetting someone's name within seconds of being introduced, talking over others' comments instead of listening, answering the telephone during family time or spouse time, handling the mail more than once, working late, choosing work overtime with your children, having fast food meals more than 2 days a week. Once you have identified your negative habits, the second step is to choose a better, more productive success habit and develop systems that will help support them. For example, if your goal is to get to the gym every morning, one system you might put in place is to go to bed 1 hour earlier and set your alarm ahead. If you're in sales, you might develop a checklist of activities so that all prospects receive the same series of communications. Maybe you want to get in the habit of completing your work by close of business Friday, so you're free to spend weekends with your spouse and children. That's an excellent habit. But what specifically will you do to adopt that new habit? What activities will you engage in? How will you stay motivated? Will you develop a checklist of what must be accomplished by Friday afternoon to keep you on track? Will you spend less time chatting with coworkers at the water cooler? Email people their promised documents as you are talking on the phone with them. Take shorter lunches.
Thank you very much, Diane. I appreciate that. Let's just take a couple minutes and let's just talk about this for a minute, because I think that this is so crucial to many people that are in business, and not even business. You know, moms, different people in different areas of their life struggle with this. You know, one of the things that I've been studying is focus. I've been reading a book on the power of focus, and the very first thing that it mentioned is habits, and how if you have a bad habit, it's actually going to distract you from being focused. So it's really, really important that you deal with your habit first so that you can get focused. If you have bad habits, it's going to be very difficult to get focused and accomplish the things that you desire. So keeping that in mind, you know, he mentions, I love the quote that Paul Getty says, the individual who wants to reach the top in business must appreciate the might and force of habit. He must be quick to break those habits that can break him, and hasten to adopt those practices that will become the habits that will help him achieve the success that he desires. So with that quote being said, you know, it just really makes me think about how important it is to deal with our habits and to take action. You know, first we need to recognize the fact that we have a bad habit, and he suggests that you write down all of your bad habits. You know, and in the list, you know, like procrastinating, you know, paying bills late, not delivering promised documents, letting receivables go overdue. All these things are bad habits. You know, not getting to work late, you know, waking up late, going to bed late. All of those things are parts of bad habits. And I'll be the first to tell you that I mean, going to bed late is like a big one for me. Actually, I've been working on that one. So, unfortunately, we came back from that event and it kind of took me back in a different direction because I had a ball. I didn't want to go to bed. It's like having so much fun on Facebook, but last night I wrote on my wall. I was like, it's been fun, but it's time to get focused. So, with that being said, anyone else want to talk about what we read today, or anything else about habits that really come out or jumped out with this reading, or anything else that you want to share?
I'll just jump out here quick. I know for me, I had to start making myself lists. I just make myself lists and put into my phone my appointments with my kids, because I kept forgetting, when was that speech therapy appointment? When did I go meet the teacher? What am I getting for groceries? So I started making myself lists, and Jody will tell you that it took me a little while to get into the habit, but when I did, it felt so much more focused for me. I actually got a lot more done during the day, and my business had reached another level because I was focused on what I was doing. I wasn't all over the place. So now, being a stay-home mom, I have a habit of getting my house set in the morning while the kids get up. If that's not clean, then I can't focus on my work that I have to do on my business, because that's just who I am. My area has to be tidy and clean and organized. So yeah, good habits are definitely, and it's definitely true in every walks of life. Like, if we decide we have to lose those 20 pounds, we have to make a different eating choices. We may have to become active and get out and do some exercise and form some better habits and get rid of the old ones.
Good morning, everyone. I want to talk about some of the things that have helped me over the past year to get more focus and on task with everything. Is Miss Rachel. She started this 90-day challenge a while back, and one of the first things she said you need to do is you need to get organized. So what she had us do, put our organizational notebook together with all the different tasks and everything that you are responsible for, or that you want to complete during the day. So, I get up in the mornings and I speak my perfect day. I do my discovery. I have my quiet time and everything. And that helps me to get focused. And especially the last couple of days, I've been target focused. So focused that I can't even sleep very much these days. So once you get your mindset right on the things that you want to accomplish and the things that you want to do, and you get really, really focused on that, it will happen. You're going to lose sleep. Well, I am, because I'm excited about what's going to happen when I get to the end, which are my goals and my dreams. And if you want to do that, you have to set priorities, you have to get focused, you have to stop procrastinating, you have to stop saying negative things, I can't do this and I can't do that, and you need to say, okay, from this time to this time, this is what I'm going to do. Stop procrastinating. You need to take massive, massive action and go after everything that you want. Put it into perspective and you will achieve.
Sherry, keep talking.
Some of the other things that we talked about was, you paying your bills late. That's a way of putting things off. Not delivering promised documents and services in a timely manner. If you have a team that you're working with, you need to be able to be organized and prioritize and set up the time schedules that you need to get everything done. Because if you are not accomplishing your goals and dreams, how are you going to help your team? You can't help your team until you help yourself. And once you start achieving, you will be successful and they will be successful, because then you will have a process in place that's easy duplicatable. And that is the whole objective of this, is you want stuff that is duplicatable. And arriving late for meetings and appointments is not a good thing, because then you're setting a bad example for your team. And if you want them to be successful and do what you do, then you have to lead by example. You have to be that person out there that they will come to when they need help and assistance with something.
Wow, that's pretty good, Sharon. Thank you very much for picking up for me. Hey,
Okay.
I wanted to go grab this book, so I had to walk away from my computer for a minute. But one of the things that it said was, your habits will determine your future. And the things that you do today will determine what your life will be 10, 20, 30 years out. So it's really, really important that you deal with this right now so that you can have the life that you desire. Um, in the reading, it also talked about, like, so let's say, for example, if you eat bad food, the long result in the future is for you is you're going to have bad health. If you don't exercise, and you're not going to be healthy. If you're not financially healthy, if you're not taking care of your finances, then more than likely you'll be on welfare, or some people are homeless, is because they did not prepare for the future. So it's really important that we are consistent and that we have healthy habits. Another thing that it talked about was developing successful habits takes time. A lot of times we want to change right away, and that's why our topic says you want to develop 4 new healthy habits every year, and it takes 21 to 30 days to develop a habit. So you don't want to try to go and get 4 habits at one time and say, I'm going to do all these. You want to write down your list, and then you want to prioritize which one is most important to you. And for the next 21 days, you want to work on that particular habit. And then after you finish that one, then you want to come and you want to pick up the next habit that you know that you need to work on. So those are just some of my tips. Anybody else have anything else they want to share? Paula, you in the background. Okay, so somebody was going to say something? I hear.
Sorry, I was unmuted. Can I just jump out here quickly?
Sure.
I actually am a testimony of what you just shared, because what I had a habit of doing, I got over my procrastinating, but what I had a habit of doing is I take on too much. Mm-hmm. So if you take on too much, you feel overloaded and overwhelmed and overstressed, and you just can't do it. And an example I will use is, for the last year I've been trying to lose these 25 pounds, and the good news is I kept up my morning yoga every morning. I did a good habit of doing that, but I also thought I have to do afternoon, I have to do evening, and I have to eat right, I have to do all that. The others all fell by the wayside. So now I'm realizing, okay, I have to take one step at a time. I've already accomplished the step of learning my morning yoga and meditation. Now what's the next step? So now it's the eating habits that I'm taking. So if you make lists, and if you prioritize, and if you just do one habit at a time, it makes so much sense for me. This just hits the spot for me, because 4 new habits at a time, a year, is awesome, I think.
Great information, Diane. To add to that, I wanted to give you an action plan. A lot of people will say, well, that's easier to say than do, Rachel. You tell me to go and create a new habit, but that's not that necessarily that easy. But I'll just kind of show you what it looks like. First thing you want to do is start studying that. For example, if you know that you want to change your health and the foods that you eat, one of the best things you can do is go and start researching the foods that you're eating. As you're studying and researching those foods, you're going to be like, oh my gosh, I am actually putting poison in my body. And then from there, it gives some examples here. It says start hypnosis therapy if you're trying to stop smoking. Substitute something else when the desire for a cigarette arises. Place a bet with a friend to keep you accountable. Start a fresh air exercise program. Use a nicotine patch treatment. Stay away from others who smoke. So all of the things that you know that will attract you to that. If you know that eating bad food is a problem for you, then you don't want to go to buffet restaurants, because buffets are going to cause you to go out of that comfort zone, right? Or the places you're trying to defeat. The important things is to make a decision about which specific action you're going to implement. You must take action. Start with one habit that you really want to change. Focus on your 3 immediate action steps and put them into practice. Do it now. So that's really, really key. One day I remember I asked my husband, I said, baby, He had lost like, I don't know, maybe 40 pounds. It was a lot. And I said, well, what finally made you do it? And he says, I finally made up my mind. And so when we make up our minds about something, we begin to do the research. We begin to set out a plan. We'll start, we'll go grocery shopping and we'll buy healthy foods and we'll put our refrigerator. We'll have a menu. We do all the things that we need to do in order to reach that goal. So begin with the end in mind, know what you want, and from there you'll be able to create the steps in order to get there. So I just kind of wanted to put piggyback there. And if there's no one else, we can pick back.
Rachel.
Hey, Paula.
I'll jump out.
Hey, good.
In talking in that same vein of eating healthy and making sure that you get exercise, I found myself after I relocated. Many people don't know that I relocated back in October from Tennessee to Atlanta, Georgia, with my daughter, and I've always wanted to or like to look out and take a look at what I take in and put in my body. And so after relocating, I found myself not paying as much attention, and as a result, picking up an extra 15 pounds. And so I decided to take massive action actually yesterday after getting back from the event, and put myself on a program where I don't have to think about what I eat. All I need to do is just eat what's being sent to me to get rid of the 15 pounds that I want to get rid of to get back to my ideal weight. So again, it is so important to, one, make a decision. Two, write it down, because when you write it down, there's something something goes on with the brain when you write things down. And then three, take massive action and follow through.
Awesome. You hit it right on the nose. Take massive action and follow through. Anyone else? That's good, Paula. Take massive. And you said something else that really that I think a lot of people don't get. It is the connection that takes place once you write it down, and then the connection to the brain. That was really a powerful statement, and most people don't realize how powerful it is. Like when you go to an event or you go to a training or a seminar, they'll tell you to take notes, and a lot of people won't even pick up the pen or the paper. And you wonder, you'll look at the people in the crowd and you'll say, wow, they just walked away with that, and they just started running with it, where the other people didn't do anything with it. But it's because they did not write it down, and so that transformation did not take place. Awesome stuff, Paula. Thank you.
Thank you.
I'll just piggyback on that, Rachel, because it's when you write it down and then you can review it because it's on paper and you can reread it and focus on it so much more. Like for me, that's a big thing, because if I can reread it a couple of times a day and remember and know that, okay, I got to do this at certain time, I got to get out of the house, I got to put my running shoes on, I got to do what I got to do, right? So then when you keep reading it, you get energized and motivated to take the massive action.
Awesome. Yeah. Thank you very much, Diane. Well, yeah. Go ahead.
I want to piggyback on another book that we read, which is The Millionaire Mindset by Jerry Roberts, and we're supposed to be doing our declarations every day. And the thing that I like about the declarations is if you write it down, it will become a part of you. And like, for example, declaration for today is I am powerful. I'm not afraid to risk or take chances. I am a person of great courage. I would rather try and possibly fail than succeed in doing nothing. So if you take these declarations and you really apply them to your life, it will become a part of you. And you will be able to go through and do the necessary tasks that you need to do to get to your dreams and goals. So don't sit on the sideline. Write, like they say, write it down, make it a part of your life, and then implement whatever you need to do. And like Paula say, take action and follow through.
Awesome, Sharon. Wow, that's pretty good. Okay, let's go ahead and finish up this last portion of the chapter. Anyone else want to read? What could you achieve if you took on 4 new habits a year?
I'll read, Rachel.
Thank you, Paula.
What could you achieve if you took on 4 new habits a year? If you use these strategies to develop just 4 new habits a year, 5 years from now, you'll have 20 new success habits that could bring you all the money you want, the wonderful, loving relationships you desire, a healthier, more energized body, plus all sorts of new opportunities. Start by listing 4 new habits you would like to establish in the next year. Work on 1 new habit every quarter. If you work diligently on building 1 new habit every 13 weeks, you won't overwhelm yourself with an unrealistic list of New Year's resolutions. And research now shows that if you repeat a behavior for 13 weeks, whether it is meditating for 20 minutes a day, flossing your teeth, reviewing your goals, or writing thank you letters to your clients, it will be yours for life. By systematically adding 1 behavior at a time, you can dramatically improve your overall lifestyle. Here are a couple of hints for making sure you follow through on your commitment to your new habit. Put up signs to remind you to follow through on the new behavior. When I learned that even a little dehydration can decrease your mental acuity by as much as 30%, I decided to develop the habit that all of the health practitioners have been advising. Drink 10 8-ounce glasses of water a day. I put signs that said drink water on my phone, my office door, my bathroom mirror, and my kitchen refrigerator. I also had my secretary remind me every hour. Another powerful technique is to partner up with someone, keep score, see Principle 21, and hold each other accountable. Check in with each other at least once a week to make sure you are staying on track. Perhaps the most powerful way to stay on track is to follow the no exceptions rule, which is explained in the next chapter. Shall we continue? Hello?
Okay, I'm back. So my computer is, I have to go all over my computer. No, Paula, that was a good place to stop right there. That's at 12:28. Anyone else want to bring in habits?
I just wanted to jump out and say, yes, the accountable partner, for somebody to check up on you, I definitely agree with that. As you know, we have accountable partners, me and Jody, and it has helped me so much. So just even with little things in life, to have somebody to be accountable and to check in with once in a while, that can really benefit you.
Absolutely.
And I just want to say, oh, go ahead. I'm sorry. But I just wanted to piggyback on what Diane said. Having an accountability partner will help you to stay focused and on task, and they will help you to grow. Because things that you procrastinate on doing, like Diane said, writing her list, and for me was just getting organized and getting everything together. And now that I'm organized and have the notebook in place, it's a part of me now. So I go to that to get everything organized and get ready for my day. A lot of times I try to do my daily task list the night before. So when I get up in the morning, I'm just reviewing everything that I want to do for that day. And everything is already organized and prioritized. I just need to follow. But you need to be committed to do that, and you need to put that into place and actually follow the plan.
Awesome, Sharon. Thank you very much. One of the things that I was looking here when he was talking about writing it down, like we talked about writing down earlier. Paula mentioned it, Sharon mentioned it. And I like the sticky note idea. You know, putting sticky notes in certain places to remind you. You know, whether it's, you know, like me, I have on my computer. It says, you know, if you work 4 productive hours per day for 33 days, you will have done more productive work than 99% of people trying to make money online would do in an entire year. It's one of the, I have my little card here. I have it on my computer just like stuck here just to remind me that if I get really, really focused and put 4 productive hours in, that I'm going to accomplish so much more than the average person that's online. And it keeps me focused and knowing that, Rachel, okay, you're here on this computer, but it's time to get really, really serious. And then I have another one that says, what have I done today to get closer to my goal of $13,888 a month? So these are 2 cards that are like my little sticky notes. And they keep me, you know, they remind me of when I get on here, okay, nope, you know, no playing around, you know, get really focused. And something else that I've been doing lately is I have a sheet of paper that I write out my, you know, my checklist of the things that I'm going to accomplish that day. And on the top it says, I will complete these tasks before I do anything else, before I get on social media. You know, these tasks will be completed. And I have found that that has been really, really helpful for me in staying focused. Now, if I don't put the paper on there, I'm, you know, because it hasn't been 21 days yet, then I'm distracted. So I have to always make sure I put my checklist on top of my keyboards before I go to bed at night, so that I am focused when I get up in the morning and get on my computer. So those are just some things that have been helping me. I'd like to hear from those that are listening in, what has helped you? What has helped you to, you know, create better habits? And I think one of the other things that has really helped me quite a bit is visualization. So the night before, closing my eyes, seeing myself do it before I do it. That's something else that helps me quite a bit. Anyone else want to share any ideas that has really helped them with breaking bad habits?
Sorry, I just unmuted. I'll just jump out here for a sec. Something that has helped us in life and in my business as well is the mirror technique. If you talk to yourself in the mirror and you do a checkup from the neck up, as they call it, and just focus on what you're looking for and not on the negative, but look at the positiveness of what you are and tell yourself how much you love yourself and how amazing you are. That is an amazing habit. And there's something about looking at your image in the mirror that just, it's just a whole new world. And you just learn to love yourself so much more than just sitting on a chair and watching TV and telling yourself or whatever, or just being out walking and telling yourself, because you look in your eyes, and they say if you look in your eyes, then you look into the soul of your being. So you are telling yourself how much you love yourself and appreciate yourself. And that overflows into other areas too, because you have so much more appreciation for your loved ones and the people and friends around you too.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Diane. Appreciate that. If there's nothing else, we just want to say thank you very much to all of those who are listening. And I want to check the question box and make sure there's no one asking any questions or sharing their thoughts or ideas, because we definitely value what you have to say as well. So I'm waiting for Google Plus to do what it's doing. In the meantime, just want to say thank you very much for coming out to join us today. We always appreciate you spending time with us. What we're doing now is we are positioning ourselves to be there for you, to be able to help you find funds for your business, to be able to help you to create monies to promote whatever you're doing. So if you have campaigns that you need to put out and you don't have the money to be able to do that, we have a way, we have a really simple solution for you to do in order to make that happen. So we want to encourage you to get back with the person who invited you here to the Hangout so that they can get you the information that you need to help you to propel your business forward. If nothing else, Google Plus is saying that I have an error. I don't know if you all have questions on your end, but it won't allow me to literally read anything. So after this Hangout, or you probably can still leave something and we'll come back and we'll answer those questions for you. Again, you have an amazing day. We will see you tomorrow, same time, same place here at the Fearless Online Entrepreneurs.